Welcome back to Sports Overtime. We are joined by Jeff Blashill, the new head coach for the Grand Rapids Griffins. New to Grand Rapids, but not totally unfamiliar with the territory, all settled in and things like that.
We're settled in. We're excited to be back in Grand Rapids. My wife and I lived here for 4 years of our lives, really right out of college, and obviously been around Big Rapids and Kalamazoo. So settled in and, again, excited to be here. Yeah,
playing days back at Ferris State University, did some coaching there as well, and really a head coach at Western Michigan in 2011. Put that team back on the map. So the Red Wings pick you up as an assistant last year. How has all that time kind of prepared you for this new adventure as head coach?
Well, I've been very, very lucky through my time to work with and for a number of great coaches and been through a lot of experiences that I think will really help prepare me for this level. The American League presents unique challenges. So, you know, whether it was my time in junior hockey or my time in college, coupled with that in the NHL last year, I really feel prepared for the job. Obviously, there'll be challenges that'll come my way, and we'll have to deal with those, but definitely prepared and excited about it.
And with Western Michigan, you get the Broncos to do things that they really hadn't done in nearly 20 years. You get them to the West Regional Finals. Obviously, you guys lose there, but a successful season for you guys and for the Broncos, and you're in the CCHA 2011 Coach of the Year. A lot of people thinking that you might be a good fit in Grand Rapids because of that teaching role that you really experienced with those college kids.
Yeah, you know, my time in college and my time in junior, I think both of those levels, they're development levels, which is the same to be said for this level. There's a key aspect of development. Winning is always extremely important, and that is the case here. But on the other side of it, development is just as important. So my time at Western was really special. It's funny, I was only there a year, but it felt like I was there longer. It still feels like that today. It was just a great year. We had a great group of guys that bought into the things that we feel are important to win, and they really gave great efforts, and I thought really started to put Western Michigan hockey back on the map, and Andy Murray came in last year and did a great job in winning a championship. So again, all those experiences I think have really put me in a position to hopefully be successful here in Grand Rapids.
Now, we're in September, and we have to talk about it because we are in lockout mode with the NHL. Day 8 right now, and I don't want you to pick sides, yeah. But is this good for the game of hockey?
Well, it's obviously, you know, I'm a fan of hockey first, and I wish the NHL was going, and I think everybody involved wishes that. So, you know, that's unfortunate, but we hope it gets resolved rather quickly, and both sides can come to an agreement.
Now, looking at it from a different perspective, is this lockout maybe actually going to help Grand Rapids hockey, so to speak, really stack the team with some players that might be up in Detroit for the year, but are now going to have the opportunity to get some season time down with the Griffins?
Well, we certainly have some players, access to players that we wouldn't have had access to if the NHL season would have started. Certainly, Gus Nyquist and Brendan Smith were both most likely going to start with the Red Wings, and now they'll start down with us. So I think from that aspect, that's a positive. I think both guys will be able to come and play without the pressure of worrying about being called up, and so it's really going to give them some key developmental time so that when the NHL does resume, they're ready to be impact players right away, and I think that's real important. Now, how that does in comparison to the other, or how we stack up with the guys that are sent down in comparison with the other teams in the league, that's hard to say. But we'll just worry about our own team and make sure we have them prepared as possible.
Now, with your time up in Detroit this last year, has that kind of given you the formula for what they're looking for in Grand Rapids? It's been a couple of disappointing years, but if anything, you have the formula at Western Michigan for that one-year success, and maybe that's what they're looking for here.
Well, yeah, I think my time in Detroit, I certainly learned a ton, and I learned a ton from Mike Babcock. I learned a ton from Bill Peters, who was the other assistant coach there with me. Learned a ton from Ken Holland in terms of what the expectation level is and within the organization, and Jim Nill, who's my direct boss here in Grand Rapids, is the assistant GM there. I also learned from the players. So I think all those are valuable lessons to come back down into Grand Rapids and not only prepare our team to have good success, but also prepare our players to have good success this year and hopefully prepare them to be Red Wings, if not sooner, at some point in their careers.
Great. And wrapping up just real quickly, for fans of the Grand Rapids Griffins, what should they expect this year with you as their new head coach?
Well, you know, I hope we win lots of games. We're going to do that in a way of aggressive hockey, and hopefully it's real entertaining for the fans.
Excellent, fantastic. Coach Jeff Blashill, the new head coach of the Grand Rapids Griffins, best of luck to you this year.
Thank you.